Hi, just trying to check on YouTube. Alright, correct.
I see it. If that's what you're
Hi,
checking.
just trying to check on you. What did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying that I can see it's going live on YouTube.
Okay. Hmm. Tilly mentioned she's off. Mm. All right, so I think we can just start and any other person will be joining us. The updates might probably not be news to you though. Share my screen. All right, so um good afternoon, good morning, good evening from anywhere and everywhere in the world. And welcome to the Marketing Working Group meeting at AsyncAPI. My name is Bami. I'm the Community Marketing Specialist for AsyncAPI. So, since it's just me and Lucas here, I'm also trying to check YouTube if we have anyone on YouTube. But since it's just me and Lucas here for now, I don't think we need an introduction. But Lucas, how's your week been? Today's Tuesday. I hope you're not experiencing heat wave like here in Nigeria.
Sorry, I'm not expecting what? Sorry.
Experiencing heat wave as we're experiencing it in Nigeria.
No, no. It's actually we're experiencing the a comeback of the winter. So last week it was already kind of 15 degrees, sunshine, everything was beautiful, and this week it's again -6. So yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, right now we're having we're having you all because it is so hot here, like, constantly hot. But anyways, so today, uh, we missed the meeting 2 weeks ago because I was down with flu, and I just moved the agenda for last week and put it here and just like added some things that we'll be discussing this week. It's pretty short, and since we are just two here, hopefully others join before um the end of the meeting, but then it's going to be pretty fast. So we are going to be talking about I'm going to be giving updates on the Singapore's events, the speakers updates, and also the marketing strategy, and then our community spotlights that we discussed in the last meeting. And yes, just give update on upcoming campaigns and initiatives as well. So starting, oh, Tuli is on YouTube. Hi. Okay. So let me share this link here in the chat here and also on YouTube. That's the agenda for today. I want to share it on YouTube as well. And yes, so that is the agenda for today. All right, so moving on. The updates for Singapore speakers, we have 4 Singapore speakers confirmed, and we have already posted 3 speakers out of the 4, posting each speaker per day since last week Friday. And there was a little bit of miscommunication this morning though, regarding Google, but yeah, it was quickly rectified. And with that said, we also has been waiting. Maya is not on this call. I think she's probably cannot make it here. But I've been waiting for just a little updates on the design for call for speaker, and it has been taking a while. So, but I think she had finally responded to it and should be done as soon as possible. Yeah. So we can post call for speaker for the next event, the morning event.
You mean like like an image, like call for action?
Yeah, the design for call for speaker. So they're supposed to have the logo for the AsyncAPI conference on the design, but it wasn't there. And the person that was working on the design was a little bit MIA for about 2 or 3 days. So I put another I hacked for another update like earlier today. I mean yesterday. And then she responded and said she lost the link, the access to the Figma account. I think majorly it is Maya that can explain that better, because now there is the design, but I cannot edit it because there is no Figma file for it.
Okay. Because in the end, it's not going to be much different than the one for Singapore, right? It's just the
Uh,
name, change of the
I
name of the
I
location.
think I think it has been, we have a total new design now for call for speakers and speakers card. We have total new design because we have a new uh conference logo, and we just like did a lot of rebranding for the conference website, and it also reflected on all of the designs for both call for speakers and the one we put out for speakers as well.
Mhm.
So is this new design that we needed the new logo to be on, but she said she kind of like lost access to the Figma file, and Maya has already like dropped a message that she's working on it, that she's going to jump on it. So
Oh, okay.
that should be rectified hopefully before the end of the week, so that we can put out the call for speaker for manage events.
Okay, because next time, like if we wait too long, it's just more important is to make a call for action, um, than having very aligned design poster. So we can always make an announcement without an image and then make another announcement in a week or two. Or we can take the old design and just change the name of the location and to not block basically the announcements.
No. Okay. All right. Can do that as well. Okay, so that's it on the speakers and call for speakers updates. And for the marketing strategy, it's already in review. So we are just waiting for that review now. And hopefully it's going to be merged soon. And then for the community spotlight, I think that is also very much in review. I mentioned it in the last community meeting. And the maintainers, the website maintainers are taking over and they are working on pushing it as soon as possible. So I think it's just Akshat that is remaining to give his review, and the blog will be published and will be uploaded. So that being said, that's pretty much it. Any question? I'm not seeing anything on YouTube. Yeah. Lucas, anything?
Just checking one thing with the spotlight. Because there's one strange error happening in the pull request.
No.
Um, oops. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, let me when did we ping the Akshat? Oh, this day, today, I mean. Okay, so let's what's the day today? Wednesday?
At least you
Tuesday. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so if there's no luck with the approval in 3 days, then I can jump in and approve and we can merge.
okay. Thank you.
What's
Yeah.
what's the final date?
Probably Tuli has changed it. She's not here. So I'm guessing she would have changed because it was the last date was for 17th, which was yesterday. And Tuli also approved it today. So I'm guessing she would have changed the date again.
Okay. Okay, let's give Akshat a chance to have a look today. Let's see.
Right. Okay. So with that being said, moving on to this other one. So the next one is other events that are happening and announcement, which is of course the one I mentioned, the call for speaker. We are supposed to have done that like last week, but that design was a blocker. But now probably we'll just do it without the design because I kind of like wanted us to stick to the new branding. So we don't have to go back to the old one. So probably do it without the design today. Do the first call for speaker today without the design. And when the design is ready, we can move on and add the design for the next call for speaker. So, and we had a very interesting webinar last week, Tuesday, which had the I saw the views on YouTube and it was nice. It was nice. And I saw how people also
foremost tech business event.
I saw I'm checking the views is about 121 views 6 days ago. And that means like people actually um enjoyed the session, and the interaction too on social media was good. So I and Tuli have decided that we'll be bringing this often. Actually, it's also in the strategy doc, the webinar is in the strategy doc, and we plan to be doing this as often as possible because we see that it's something that is of importance and of value. So that's like stay tuned. We are going to be coming up with more webinars like the one we just had. Okay. Yes. So the next point is the content strategy, which and social media plan. Um, is also like um is like subtitle, sub doc of the whole strategy doc. So they are all going to start to be implemented when we have the strategy merged. And yes, the one I did not put is that um the the Q1 the Q1 report is ready or is ready for review. There's a lot that will still go into it, but for now, you can go in and give your suggestions and thoughts on what to add or what to change or your review as well. So I'll be looking forward to those pointers. Lucas had already given me some today. So I'll be looking out for those reviews. Yeah. So the 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 Q1 report is already on GitHub. Yeah. Lucas?
Regarding the webinar,
Yes.
do you plan to like call for action to the community, like some kind of announcement of the idea, like some guidelines, like what we expect, who can apply, etc. Because for example, I already by seeing engagement, I also had a quick chat with Tuli, and then also last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. I had a like in my let's say private curiosity, not related much to my duties, but like basically I had a meeting with guys that presented at Async API London last year from Morgan Stanley, because I was curious about the specification that they were talking about. So I wanted, they were open to share, do a demo with me and explain um, on the specification. But more important is the side story of the discussion is that like I mentioned to them that like um, there's this webinar initiative that is started at AsyncAPI where they can promote this spec that is like also related to event-driven architectures. They can also promote it through AsyncAPI on some kind of webinar. But they, of course, were not aware. So, of course, Tuli can be proactive with ambassadors. I can be proactive with whoever I meet and mention the webinar. But maybe it would be nice, would make sense to somehow have maybe not prospectus, but like, you know, like a one page that explains the concept. Who is it for? That explains that it's not necessarily just async API. It can be whatever, event-driven architectures. Some like, you know, like one link that I can, for example, with my communication with um, with sponsors and others, I can always share with them like, hey, we are starting this initiative where people can come in and do webinars through Async API channels and talk about event-driven architectures different subjects in event-driven architectures. And it would be good to have basically a link like with more information, what that means, what the webinars are. So something that you might give it a try to like somehow summarize it. It doesn't have to be a prospectus. It doesn't have to be a PDF. It even can be a blog post where we summarize the first webinar and then explain what's the concept long term. Or it can be just a documentation in the repository, whatever the form is, as long as it's, one link that I can send to somebody.
Yes, I think that makes sense. We're actually working on having like a events checklist, but yes, I totally understand the whole summarizing what's the webinar is about, who is for, and how people can be more active or contribute to the webinar initiative. So yeah, I think I like the idea of the blog post. Hopefully get um so I can write the first article on based on the one we had last week and put in more details, including the checklists. Until we plan to come together and come up with some checklists that is needed both for the organizers, uh, the hosts, and also the speaker that will be inviting. So
Yeah.
that
So when if you like once you decide that you go with the blog post, also get in touch with Eduardo
okay.
because I had a chat with him last week because I saw there were some comments on YouTube like from people giving feedback that the quality of the video was not of the best quality, like the basically the code that was shared was not easy
Oh,
to read
okay.
and follow. And I had like really brief, something that you have to confirm with him, of course. But I had a brief exchange with him that ended up with an idea that he can do another webinar, like a 2.0,
Oh, yes, makes sense.
with like where he takes feedback back and improves the. And I think he was, at least in this short discussion, he was happy to do it. So you can sync with him, and then if he already makes some commitments, etc., then you can already write it in the blog post, like openly and transparently. Like we did
Okay.
it, we learned what was great, what wasn't working well, so we're gonna do it again, for example.
Okay.
Of course, it's if it's gonna happen again. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him. Okay, that makes sense. There is no question on YouTube. I think Tuli is all good. She's not throwing any comment. Okay, with that being said, but I think we have come to the end of it. Um, that's majorly the update for today. Any other any other points or discussion that is probably not here and you want to talk about?
So the marketing strategy, it's ready for final review, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just so I'll have a look this week, but also please ping and the best like proactively probably in the DMs people that were reviewing in the past. So it's gonna be Christoph, I guess, Tuli. Not sure if anyone else was reviewing. So just make sure
So,
that you ping them.
all right. Okay. All right. All right. That being said, we are hoping that the strategy is going to be ready by say next week. Fingers crossed next week. And also our first spotlight, which I'm so excited about because I can't wait for everyone to read about Ashmi's story. It's going to be going out this week as well. So thank you, Lucas, and thank you everyone that will be watching this video after on. Uh for joining. And the next meeting is going to be April 1st, 2025. So have a nice day or enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.